I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we have a special guest here. She goes by the name of Rachel. Tell us about yourself, girlfriend.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel. I'm actually a student at UTSA, and I actually found out about Inspire Fire last week, and I was just so motivated. So I was like, you know what? Let me reach out, and now I'm here.
And we are so glad you reached out, and y'all can reach out too. We are friendly people, a little crazy and over the top, but we are funny.
Very welcoming.
So today we are talking about our college experience, our crazy college experiences, and what we learned from it. But first, we're gonna start out with our new segment. Well, it's kind of new, like 3 episodes new, called
Do It for the Culture.
Do it for the culture.
Do it. So I don't know where to even start because we got R. Kelly,
Yeah, last week for our Black community.
Usher, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Dang, there was another one. I missed it. Oh, and I just threw this one in here. Y'all probably don't want to talk about it. But the documentary, did y'all watch it? What the hell?
Oh yeah,
No, I
I
didn't
watched
see
that
it.
documentary.
Changed my life for 1 second.
Right. It's like I kind of already knew these things.
I already
It's
knew
good to have
it.
that reminder.
Exactly. So which one y'all want to talk about first?
If y'all have any suggestions of the one y'all like to hear about first, drop it in the comments. Do you want to talk about Usher, R. Kelly, Kevin Hart, or that new documentary, What the Hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
So we're not gonna wait on y'all. So I kind of want to talk about R. Kelly.
Yeah, please break that down because I
Okay.
kind of have an idea of what's going on with that, but then I don't really know.
I'll break it down. Do
I
y'all know?
hope it's not
You
what
know
I
a
think
little
it
bit?
is.
Yes.
Okay, so basically what happened is they're saying that R. Kelly has a cult because he has women living with him. And I guess
Have a
they're
Zen mother. You know,
Yeah.
teaches them how to
how to
please him.
pop that thing.
You
I
know.
want to know how to put this right.
How to please him.
How to
Okay.
please him. And they're like 18, 20, 21. There's a few of them there.
Mhm.
And so basically one of the girls' parents came and was saying, look, there's a cult, have her manipulated, and
Because they've been reaching out to her and she hasn't been
Right.
responding. You know, they want her to come home. So the backstory is she left for college. They haven't seen her, talk to her. She's been ignoring their calls, texts. And they're
Right.
like, I just want to see her. And so this is their way of reaching out to her and letting people know. It's like to embarrass him, basically. Like, okay, we're just
Right.
going to put this out there. So
Right.
forcing you to, reach out to us or talk to us.
Exactly. Wow.
right. And then she came out on video saying, I'm fine, I'm cool, I can leave.
Which I
Like,
didn't believe.
I want to be here. And, they treat me nice. And that's what they're saying. He was saying that he treats them nice and gives them everything they need.
The video
So,
was so sketchy though because
It
she
was.
didn't even answer their questions. They were like, "Where are you?
I won't answer that.
I don't want to answer that. Are you in Atlanta? I don't want to answer that. Like, okay.
Wow.
yeah. And they said like somebody was motioning her when to answer and when to not.
Yeah.
But I actually have a totally different perspective, and don't hate me for this
No, be honest.
because I don't think I understand people can be brainwashed and things of that nature, but I also know there are a lot of groupies who would willingly live with Chris Brown, whoever who's like a big phenomenon person,
Right.
Michael Jackson and stuff like that. So I really feel like it is on them. Like I really like she could have left right there if she was on the interview if she really felt like she was
She's
held
young.
captive.
She's brought into
I
that
was gonna say that.
situation at 18.
Yeah, you have to think your
Or
mind at
17,
18.
whatever.
Imagine if an 18-year-old, you're not making these decisions. You're not even paying your own bills at this time. Your mom and dad is still handling these things.
Okay,
so R.
so-
Kelly,
But okay, think about your 18-year-old self. I get that, but think
Mhm.
about your 18-year-old self. Do you think that you would be staying with R. Kelly?
but we're not the typical 18.
I don't want. Hey,
Yeah.
you can say that.
No.
Hey, I'm just saying there's groupies that are 18 and there's groupies that are 48. So if he probably like older girls that was his age, I feel like they would be staying up in there. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I understand people could be definitely manipulated and struck by stardom and not want to leave if they're like.
But the shocking thing that I learned today on the radio is that his music sales have gone up since this incident came out.
I bet.
And his
Why?
concerts are still selling out.
I ain't gonna lie though,
Like
'cause-
women still love it. Like it hasn't changed how people view him or think about him in his music.
Ain't gonna lie, I did want to like play Ignition the other day just because the thought of R. Kelly was like, oh, he did have some hits, but I didn't play it.
All press is good press. All press is good press because it will stimulate that spark, and everybody will start talking about you, even those that are defending you or those that hate you. So you're still gonna get you're gonna reap some type of benefits from it.
So what do y'all think the difference is from R. Kelly and Hugh Hefner? Is there even a difference?
I think it's cultural difference. Just the way Black people
morally,
yeah,
I think they're both wrong.
Yeah, morally.
So why do you think they don't call like his stuff a cult and they call R. Kelly's a cult?
Well, one thing that I did read about R. Kelly's thing is that like the girls that he is like, I guess, holding captive, if that's the case, like they have to ask for permission to do everything. They have to ask for permission to use their phone, eat.
That is true. That is true.
Yes.
So I guess that would be
more cultish. Yes.
Okay. You're right. I mean, I heard that they do have permission to leave, but they're so maybe just brainwashed or don't want to leave the luxuries that they're just like, well, I'm not gonna leave.
And I don't even know if it's necessarily if they don't want to leave the luxury. I guess he didn't want it to get out there. So that's why it's so secretive. Mm-hmm. That's why they couldn't really have contact to the outside world because he was trying to keep it a secret. Mm-hmm. It wasn't something that he was trying to publicize because Hugh Hefner is known for that. R. Kelly is allegedly known for that. So
yeah, he has a real bad rap.
Right.
I'm not sticking up for him, but I just feel like people they have free will to do what they want to do.
Okay, so what about the 14-year-old when he was peeing on her on camera?
Well, I'm talking about people over 18.
Oh, okay.
Because he's not doing that with 14-year-olds. If it was 13
that
or 17.
That we know of. Because if he's
that we know of. I'm just going by what they saying.
You're right. And I'm saying, who's to say if he'll have a cult with 18-year-old women in this one house, he can have a whole other house with 13-year-old women.
He could, but why? You probably shouldn't speculate that because, once people's innocent, like just like Bill Cosby, once people say one thing, it spirals into a whole other thing, and we could be fabricating on something that didn't even happen.
The thing is, we don't have that much proof of Bill Cosby. We actually have proof of R. Kelly.
Yeah, he should have went to jail for that. But he didn't. I don't know what to do.
Right. I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on the whole R. Kelly situation and him having his sex cult with women that are around 18 and 20, just the young men?
But what do y'all want to happen?
I mean,
what is there to happen?
Right. They're over. They're at age.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. I'm not saying I'm for it, but
it's just
I'm not for it at all. But I can't.
Either.
I'm not these parents. I mean, these
the girls reach out to her family. Like why you gotta?
I just want them to know their self-worth.
Yeah, that too.
So y'all listen to Inspire Fire.
You have freedom to watch whatever social media you want in your
Listen to our first podcast called Self Love. Yes, someone send that to them. I mean, it is sad though, because people, you see that with people in relationships, whether it's abusive relationships or not, and people are stuck. Mm-hmm. And it's probably for like the same reason.
Right, and you can say these women can leave. They're old enough. But it's like they don't know. It's like you said, brainwashed. They're psychologically, they feel something else. They're belittled. They can't see their worth at that time. And maybe they may go into the sex cult like, okay, I want to be here, and then over time, like this is not what I thought it was going to be. Actually, I don't really want to do this. And then by that time, it's quote unquote too late. He like, no outside contact to the world, no this. You have all these boundaries that she's like, I didn't sign up for all of this. I just thought I was about to be with R. Kelly, the Pied Piper. Y'all know that was like a Roman sex pretty much molester. That's like an ancient Roman sex. The Pied Piper, if you look it up, he used it to lure in younger. So his name ain't by coincidence. It's power in that.
Hey, be careful what you call your children too.
Right.
There's power in your name.
Right. So, whew.
Yeah.
All right, that's the heavy topic.
Let's move along.
Moving along.
I mean, I guess I'm going to a heavy topic. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart cheating on his pregnant wife.
Yes. Well, they said they said that he actually
it's just cheated. A video.
It's a video. That was a picture.
Picture video.
Yeah. Picture with a snow bunny. Oh, girl. Oh, a Latina girl.
It doesn't matter. It's not just white.
Right, whatever.
It doesn't matter, but it
race-
makes me a little bit more mad.
So,
I mean, it was a picture.
but what was happening in the picture?
It was late at night, and I guess they were just close
He was
talking in
coming
the
back
car.
from the club, and he was in the front seat. She was in the back seat, and he just smiling. They just looked like they were up to something kind of suspicious. They were looking. You know how when you're in a car, you're kind of looking at surroundings, kind of.
Oh, they was
Yeah,
just real
just one of those.
suspicious.
I mean, they were on dancing and stuff on their next Instagram post, so it seemed like everything's okay in their situation. I don't know. Just don't be in a car with nobody if you with me. Don't be in a car with no girl at no 2 a.m., no a.m.
Right.
Yes, not alone at least, or something like that. Not alone with a driver and not alone by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say about that.
A lot of people are just upset because his wife is pregnant. She's at home, and it's just like, why would you do that to her? It's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But
And she way too fine for you. You better cherish that woman.
Her kind of got a little fine when he got the
did,
beard
a little
and
fine.
stuff. He started working out. But still.
I'm just saying, she a baddie.
Still short.
She a baddie.
Yeah,
And he
she's a
is
baddie.
like 2 feet tall. So you better count your blessings, Kevin Hart.
I mean, if you're in a marriage, at the end of the day, don't cheat on your wife. Unless they have like an understanding, if they have like an open marriage and he just got caught. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know the backstory. So,
And then some people, I think, too, is kind of karma in a way, if it is true that he is cheating, because supposedly, with his first wife, she, his current wife, he was cheating, with her. So it's like, once a cheater, always a cheater,
Right.
So
Somebody did say that, but I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's at home.
No, it's rumored because he came out and said she had nothing to do with it. But I don't know. What y'all think?
Hey, I don't know what y'all think.
Yeah, but I think that was good for the culture. Y'all think that? I mean,
I think that
there's
was
a lot of things.
Right.
I feel kind of bad talking about people
Right,
too
right.
much. I don't know why. It's
Right.
not in my heart. So let's talk about ourselves.
Okay, so now let's get to the juicy topics. So today's podcast, we are talking about all the crazy things that we did back in our college days, or still in your college days for Rachel.
Yes.
And so y'all know it went down in college. Y'all don't be acting innocent in these comments.
Like, don't be listening too close.
Right, and if you my auntie or my cousin, you just get off this podcast right now.
No parents today.
No parents allowed. No parents allowed.
No family members, aunties, grandmas. Y'all can excuse.
Somebody said Howard Days.
According to Tiffany, she's spilling everybody else's tea, not her own.
Hey, I ain't got y'all know the innocent angel. Y'all know the innocent
We want to know your dirt.
All right.
angel. I don't have dirt.
Everybody got skeletons.
Everybody.
Something.
Well, let's start off with our guest.
Hold up. You know what? I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna go around the table.
Well, for the people who don't know, let's just share what college we went to.
You know what? I like the way you eased into that.
Yes,
Because we'll ease into it. Okay. Okay, well, I went to the prestigious Howard University. You gotta say it like that. It's a thing.
Straight out of college, I went to UTSA, UT San Antonio for 3 years, and then I transferred to U of H, and that's where I finished up. But most of my undergrad was at UTSA.
The wild days were in UTSA.
The 12th grade for Houston. I mean, the 13th grade for Houston, according to some people. Like, everybody goes to UTSA.
For the 13th grade.
Don't be belittling UTSA
don't.
like that.
Right.
I'm kidding.
And it is. You gotta have the right crowd, the right group of friends.
That's the truth.
No, but I attended the Wiley College, the home of the Great Debaters. Have anybody seen that movie with Denzel Washington? The Great Debaters. It was at school. Yes, Wiley Nation.
She had a scholarship. She had a basketball scholarship.
Yes, I went on a basketball scholarship.
the only one of us from our basketball team to go off and play further. And Miss
And
Rachel.
I actually go to UTSA. So.
Yes. What are you majoring in?
Right now my major is business management. I'm pre-law.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about changing my major to
Oh, okay.
something that would fit that more.
Okay.
I haven't changed it yet, but
Cool.
I mean, I think that's a good, first topic to dive on in is talking about major change and figuring out, what you want to do, because not everybody knows, when they go to college what they want to do. So I think it's good to, explore and figure it out,
You're trying to avoid.
You sound like you trying to avoid. Okay, fine.
I originally wanted to be a forensic scientist. I don't know if anybody knew this, but I love CSI. I was about to go to Sam Houston, and then at the last moment I changed, and I was like, no, I'm going to TSA because I just want to get out of Houston.
Okay.
Just kind of step out the box, get away from the family and just be my own person.
I think that's good to get away from your family.
Yeah.
Right. It's important to get that disconnect from home. I think it is. It's definitely important to grow.
So if you have the opportunity to go off to college, I would definitely recommend that.
Right. I'd say just go far. But I don't think it's for everybody, but I think it's a good, especially if you're not like strong-minded, I don't think that you should go far if you need somebody to keep you grounded. But if you are strong-minded and can hold your own and not swayed easily, I think you should go far. If you got that like.
And how about you for your major? How'd you get into
Well, I always knew I wanted to be a talk show host. So I majored in broadcast journalism. Funny thing is, though, I didn't know about Howard University at all. And me and my mom used to go on mother-daughter trips, and she took me to Washington, D.C., and she was like, well, I want to show you Howard University. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't want to go to HBCU because she went to TSU, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with TSU, but it was ratchet when I went to go visit TSU. So I was like, I don't want to go to a black school. I'm sorry. But I went there, and it was just like right when I stepped off the escalator going up, you heard the go-go. And the people, if y'all know at Howard, people were playing the music outside of the phone store. And I was walking in, I just knew that was where I was supposed to be. And the guy was like, we call this Chocolate City. And I was like, I'm done for it. And then they were talking about the School of Communications. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be here.
Aww.
And from that point on, I just knew.
that's good.
Wow, that's good. For me, it was pretty much the basketball scholarship. But I went into school with the major. I wanted to study psychology. But at the time, my school didn't offer that as a major. They only offered it as a minor. So within like 2 weeks, because I had got the scholarship, I sat down and I talked with the coach. And she was like, I want you on my team. We signed the letter of intent. So I was like, oh my God, so what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna study. So like within a 2-week process, I went and talked to my advisor, and I was really good at science. So then I took up the major of biology instead. And so goal is to further that and study and going into nursing. So yes. But I still love psychology.
Yeah, I will say this about like when I was picking my minor, I told my dad I wanted to do something in like nutrition, physical health and stuff like that. And I picked my minor like my sophomore year or junior year, and he was like, no, you should do political science. And my mom was like, you should do political science.
I remember you.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. But it probably would have been a good fit for me to do something in health and leisure and stuff like that. But because I don't use it now, but I was happy with the people I met in political science. So.
True. All right. So now we got all that. We have I know that's how I feel about the major and minor. I'm not sure who's that. Sherry Biggs. Sherry Biggs? No, Sherry.
Hey girl.
Hey girl. Yeah, with these majors and minors, you kind of got to self-evaluate and see which you truly want to do.
What you truly want to do, not your parents.
Right. And really understand that, like, you can always change. There are no right and wrong answers. And it's better to change while you're actually still in school than versus when you graduate and then be like, I only done it to do this because I wanted to make my mama proud. So, no, just change it now. They'll be more proud that you change it while you're in school, even though they might be mad at you right then and there when you do it. Like, you could have been finished already, but versus then you go through this whole major and then you looking at it like, dang, I think I want to go back and do this. So then you have to start that whole process over again.
I'm doing it right now. You do not want to be in that position.
You don't want to be in that position. Right. I agree with Kobe. I'm doing it right now too.
So, what would be your number one tip? But I'm gonna get to these crazy stories. Like y'all,
We get to these crazy stories.
Okay, okay. So, what is one thing that you would tell your freshman self, and be short with it?
One thing that I would tell my freshman self. How about you go first?
I would tell myself to be who I am right now, but I didn't know me. So
Right.
I would have been more in organizations. I was in organizations, but I wasn't the leader in them. When I would go to them, sometimes it wasn't like my thing, and I would have been doing like putting on my own events like we do now, and definitely just. I don't know if I want to say all this, but yeah, I would just definitely be putting myself out there more and really just, I think I was kind of scared of people. I was scared of what people thought of me. Everybody who went to Howard looked freaking cool and they were on their stuff. So it was just like, it was intimidating, but it also made me grind harder. But I just wish I would have grind even more.
Right. I agree.
Maybe I didn't know my worth. I didn't know my value.
Yes. True.
So,
I agree. I would have just stepped out of my shell and followed through with like some of those leadership positions and just really understood the importance of networking then like I do now, and like really getting those connections with, like, if you see someone that's the class president, they're very popular, you might want to get with them and like, you know, and even if that's you might want to connect with certain people that you see that's shining from in any aspect or area of their college career. Like, just partner with them, because after school, you never know if it's in the same line that you see yourself going in. So if your expertise or forte is like creativeness, and you see somebody that's super hella creative and they can attract a lot of attention with it, partner with them, because you never know where your journey will lead you and how y'all can benefit one another. So definitely just networking. It would make life so much easier. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah,
definitely.
Taking that, I just finished my freshman year of college. I mean, I consider myself a pretty outgoing person, but there has been times where, like, if I look back, I would say to myself, oh, well, you could have did this way. So I would just probably say, like, having no reservations, like, just, what's the worst thing that can happen out of the situation,
Right.
Just go for it, basically.
Yeah, just go for it.
Go for it.
We're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah. No, I would definitely have stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit more. Just as far as with meeting people, I would just it was a group of us from Pearland that went to UTSA, and that was just kind of my circle. It was just people that I knew of from Pearland. Like, we weren't close, but I knew of, and we became great friends. I do have some friends, that started off with freshman year that are still, a friend of mine today. Nicole, hey, shout out girl. But definitely would have stepped out more, and met, other groups of people, and like you said, been in some organizations, held the positions, because I was just an active member, not really, going for those leadership roles. And then also just too, on the flip side, saying no. Like, it's okay to say no. Like, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to be at every party. You don't have to be, every single
event. Go up on a Tuesday.
Yes.
So true.
Like, it's okay to just sit at home, do your work. That balance. That balance for me
Speaking
was
of that,
so real.
This might actually lead us into our next topic. There was some party on a Thursday night. I had a final the next day.
Oh my God.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to this party. It's gonna be good. It was good. I still made an A on the final, thank God. But I probably had like 2 hours of sleep. I was still, trying to process what was being, tested. But if I could go back, I would have just went to bed.
That kind of seemed like a good decision, though.
Going to bed?
No, they're going to the party.
Right. I mean, it was in that case because I made an A. I made an A. In that case, it was good, but
you gotta know your limits. You knew your limits.
I knew my limits.
You knew your limits.
I knew my limits.
Yeah, because there's definitely times I don't remember sleeping that much.
I know Tiffany is telling the truth.
Yeah, I don't remember sleeping because I remember getting naps, like hours and hours, and wake up and study. I'm trying to do the most, but yeah. But so Kobe, you said you need to learn how to say no back then. So what are some things that you didn't say no to that you think you should have said no to? And yeah, just tell us some of those little stories.
Here comes the crazy college stories, guys.
Right? To drinking before, supposed to, underage drinking.
But that's hard because you didn't graduate at 21, really. You graduated like 21, 22, so like you're gonna go all 3 years without drinking.
But
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that's hard.
responsible with, not mixing, I would have said no to the those situations.
I have a funny story now.
The Four Locos. Like,
Oh my god.
I'm not a Four Locos.
no
These
Cinco
is like
Four.
cracking a can. Don't drink though.
I heard they could get it.
I don't even think they make them anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw that. Oh, they do. Yeah. She's like, oh, I know
That
that.
thing snuck up on me real quick, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, never again. Ever again.
No to the alcohol.
But no, I say it's okay to say no, because one situation in particular is my freshman year. There was a group of girls that we were hanging out with for the first time, and these guys, they had, we went to their apartment. They had some shots that they were pouring us, and they were pouring us these double shots.
Damn.
And
They're trying to get y'all drunk.
yeah, they were pouring us double shots, and they had these little bitty half shots. I peeped. I was like, okay, something not right.
Oh, that's not right.
Like, yeah, we've been drinking already, so we just gonna do these little half shots. They had their own little bottle. They had a bottle they were giving us.
Ooh,
So after the fact, I
that's
think it was
shady.
water. Yeah, it was real shady. But
How dare you?
a group of girls, two of them I hadn't hung out before. It was my first time hanging out with them. One of them left and was like, hey, can you watch my friend? I was like, okay, cool. Everybody kind of spread out, each, just kind of guy, girl situation, kind of just hanging out, talking, chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And one girl, she kind of leaves the room. And I'm like, okay.
Like, where y'all?
Just give me that love, we can, come get me, I'll save you any second.
Right, yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm talking, they're hanging out. I'm like, okay,
And we came together,
I'm like,
guys.
I'm about to go to the restroom. Let me come back. So I go to the restroom. I'm knocking on the door, like, hey, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. Like, it's okay. She opened the door, cracked out. Girl, it's okay.
Like,
Quick cop blocking at the end of it. She felt bad about it. She was like, I was drinking. She wished she hadn't done, whatever she did. And so, you just have to be strong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Knowing what, regardless if you're drinking or not, knowing what your limits, what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. And just on the back end, I should have bust through the door and just grabbed it, like, girl,
Right.
I need to go. Yeah.
If it was one of us, we would.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
No, I had to save a random girl. It was at another party, and I actually knew the guy that whose apartment it was.
Mm-hmm.
So the restroom downstairs was filthy. So me and my friend went to his room to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out the restroom. On the stairs, it's this random girl with this guy that I knew. But I was just like, okay. Another group of girls came, was like, her friends left her.
Oh my god.
We need to come get her. She's drunk. So, we gave her some fake name. Hey, come on, we're leaving. And he was like, that's not her name. I was like, so what you about to do? You about to bite us?
That's our nickname for her.
Right, like, she need to go. So thankfully we got her. We found her friends. We were like, why aren't you
Fake friends?
watching her?
Yeah.
Right.
For real. What?
Right, like, because they moved. At first they were on the stairs, and literally the time that it took for the other group of girls to come be like, no, like, her friends left, we need to save her. They were already up the stairs, like, in the hallway, making out on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Next thing you know, they would have been in a room with the door locked. And
she can get out if she wanted
So
to.
that's the one thing to want. Surround yourself with some people who
Right.
are able to save you, get you out of some situations. recommendations.
Right.
You know, if you're not strong enough to say no, then they need to be.
Y'all need to have that pep talk before we go out. All right, so here's the limits we got. If anybody gets this, we're gonna bring it. You don't even have a say. If you get past a certain limit, then we just gonna pull you. No questions asked.
I mean, it kind of goes back to the R. Kelly situation. Like, you just experiment and doing things, saying yes, you know, just doing whatever. And it's like, if this person, if she has some group of people who are around her, like, girl,
Yeah,
like,
right.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right.
About that.
So the moral of the story is get you some of them trill friends in college or just in life, actually, that you can, that dependable friend that you can have, those dependable people. So
Yeah, to tell you the truth.
that tell you
Sure.
the truth.
I have two. I mean, I had more friends, but I have two that held me down: Sophia and Tiana. I mean, I didn't drink either, but I mean, I know they would have saved me.
Right. I didn't drink either in college, and I was pretty good with the whole saying no thing. But it was one particular time where I drunk for the first time ever, and I don't think I did the whole underage drinking. I used to be naturally turned into parties, but one time.
Yes.
I don't know if any of my teammates are watching. My teammates could not believe that I had never drank before. And so they thought I was lying when I was saying, like, I never drank. So one night we had won our game. We was like, we're going to celebrate. It was like the end of the season, the last game. So we was going to this party. And so my very, very first time drinking, they bought this disgusting drink called Pinnacle Vodka. That stuff is devil in a bottle. And so I was thinking, so I took when they was giving it to me in shots form. So I took the first shot, and in my mind, I had never drank before. I was thinking, the moment you take the shot, you're supposed to feel the effects of the liquor. I was talking mad noise, like, this don't even work. This stupid. People be lying when they saying they drunk. They don't know what they talking about. So in the duration of 15 minutes, we was like, they called it pregame, and before the party, y'all know the term. So the teammates was all in one person's room for the before the party. We was pregaming. This time I was underage. I think I was 20, and so I was. So at the time, I took in a matter of 15 minutes, I took 10 shots.
Ooh,
and I had
my God.
And this is my first time drinking liquor ever in my life.
And then the spaghetti elbow.
Like, bitch, you wait.
A noodle. She was a noodle.
And not only that, I drunk a daiquiri after that on the way to not drinking and driving. I wasn't driving though. I was a passenger. But the party was literally 1 minute. I think we walked because it was on campus.
Oh, now you're walking now. Okay.
Yeah. But I couldn't walk back. I got to ride. But so we get into the party. The moment from the walk to the party, as soon as we got to the party, I started feeling like a little woozy. I was like, I'm good. And I'm starting to see what y'all talking about. Y'all probably not lying. I'm still talking noise because I just like people lying. They don't really get drunk. And so the moment we walked into the party, the heat rays just whooshed over my face. And I was on the dance floor. I was in the center of the dance floor. And everybody was surrounding me in the whole party. I was that girl, and then my team was like, all right, come on. So I was like, no. And so 5 minutes after that, I couldn't even stand up. I was in the back of the party throwing up, puking my life away. They was telling me all the crazy stuff I was saying to people. I was like, oh my gosh, I said that. And so more of the story, I had to end up leaving the party early.
Hey, what are you thinking? Like,
No, I was thinking, but I had to leave the party way early. Like, I was probably only at the party for like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I spent probably like 5 of those minutes in the back of the party throwing up, and it was just not a good look. And I ended my teammates. Good thing I had some down people. They drove me back to my room. I threw up 10 times, 1 time for each shot. And then that's how we got caught, because on my way going to my room, I threw up down the hall in the And the RCM saw me and reported it to the basketball coach, and it was just a bad story. So, don't drink. Yeah, I was running. I was on the baseline. Any athletes, y'all know that story. Get on the baseline.
The next day, were you on the baseline?
No. Girl, I had a hangover. I ain't want to eat nothing. I ain't want to drink nothing. Food was not my friend. Whew. But yeah, I didn't drink like a whole 2 years after that. I was like,
Yeah, that's a bad experience.
I don't drink to this day.
That sounds fun. Like the first part is the middle of the dance floor. I always want to be the person in the middle of the dance
Girl,
floor.
I see why people that be on that liquor courage. That's real. That is real. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Any crazy stories that y'all want to add to that?
It's not my story, but like talking about drinking or whatever. I had a horrible roommate. Like not a super horrible roommate, but my senior year I had a roommate. She was a sophomore. Like I don't know why she was in college, but but she would always have her friends over. She would always be drinking, just loud as hell. Okay, I'm just trying to get out of school. One day I wake up, trying to go work at Frozen Yogurt, Froyo, and I see shit, poop, not on the toilet, it missed the toilet, all on our floor, on our bathroom floor. Not only on our bathroom floor, on the door and on the door of our kitchen, and then like trailing to her apartment.
Oh no!
I was like,
I would have said it all.
I mean, I'm a nice person, but I definitely woke her up, and I was just like, you shit on the floor. Like, you guys, she was like, you could tell she was like been throwing up. She had like the trash can by her bed and all this stuff. I was like, you just have to clean this up right now because I got to get ready for work. And so, like, she ended up cleaning up. I don't know how I ended up maneuvering and going to work, but I came back and she still had shit stains on the door. And I was like, you missed the spot.
You missed the
Like, you're going to have to clean that up.
You missed the spot.
That is so disgusting.
So
That
that's
is
just like,
gross.
yeah, I could do a throw up, but something that comes out of your booty
Like,
hole.
what was she doing? Just throwing it?
Like, how did she miss the
How she
hole?
get it on the kitchen door is what I'm trying to.
It must have. Did she
Well, we
not
have
Did she
a
have a
small-
dress on? Like, did she like?
I don't know. Like, she did everything but the toilet.
Uh-uh.
But for real, I'm just like, so.
Oh my god.
I don't think she remembered it though. I think she was so drunk that she didn't remember it. She's like, oh, I did that. I'm like, yes. No, not all. No, not all. Because she was mad disrespectful.
Damn. That's crazy.
But, yeah, that's not me. But that's like, I've been drunk. I'm not even drunk, tipsy once when I went back for Howard homecoming, and that is fun. Like I understand why people drink.
Yeah.
Because you start just dancing. Like, you don't care.
Right. That's funny.
But
Anything to top that?
Oh, there was this one time.
Cody, I feel like you got some more stuff under you. Like you just holding it out.
We talking about roommates.
Right.
We talking about roommates and whatnot. I had this one particular incident with me and my roommate. She was dating this one guy on the basketball team. He would go without name just in case he watching or anybody that knows him is watching. So she was dating this guy on the basketball team, and this girl that was in my classmate, she come to find out that she was also dating him as well. And so, oh my gosh. So my roommate was getting me to get the inside scoop while I was in class with the girl, like, okay, so you know, are you dating Ricky? I'm like, oh. I mean, okay, y'all didn't hear that name, I hope.
You whispered a little bit, but I know what you said.
Anyway, dating the guy on the basketball team. So long story short, fast forward before I say anything else. I hope nobody watching
You was into that story.
I was flashback. I was seeing it like I was in class. Okay. Woo. Okay. But anyway, so long story short. So come to find out, we found out that they were both dating the same guy. And so we teamed up with the girl that was in my class, and we got her on board, and so they came up with this mastermind plan. Like, I don't even know how I was involved. I was just a roommate. I wasn't even dating the guy, but I was just like, you hurt my friends. Like, you hurt my friends, so I'm in it too. So they came up with this mastermind plan to destroy his life, but not really his life. So he drove like the nicest car on campus at the time, because we go to a really small, have a really small campus. So his car was like the nicest car. I can't remember what kind of car he had.
Don't even say it, because you
Right.
right. He had the this with the
license plate number.
right.
So But anyway, long story short, so it was like, so the boys' basketball practice, they had to wake up, and we used to have practice at 4 a.m. in the morning. We would alternate. The boys would go at 4 a.m. in one morning, and then we would go at 4 a.m. the next morning. So we picked a day where they had to go to sleep early, so we knew he wasn't going to have any speculation. So what we decided to do, we decided to trash his car. And we so we went to Walmart. We bought all these like sardines. And, it was just some grossness. We bought everything disgusting. We was bringing stuff out of our own dorm room. We was bringing cereal, like old stale cereal, bread, like, and we just put it all in this bag. It was fall time, so we put all these leaves in a bag, and we like scooped up all the dead leaves that was on the ground, put them in the bag, and so and brought eggs. So egged his car. Smeared all the sardines all over his car, put like the leaves so they would stick to the car, and all these cereal and all, like, we just cleaned out our pantry at our dorm rooms, like all the stuff we don't want, put it in the bag. It was bad, y'all. I don't know why I did this. So we snuck over to his house and we messed up his car, and then right on his doorstep, like right outside his door.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm sorry.
It was just like right outside his doorstep. We created the same concoction. So as soon as he walked outside in the morning, he would step in it. It was just like, and so we did that. The next day, he was just like he was in class with me too. In all my class, we had the same major. And he was just like side-eyeing me because he knew I was friends with my roommate. He had some speculations, like he didn't know which girl it was, but he was just like,
It's one of them.
it's one of y'all, but not knowing it was both of them. But crazy.
It's his fault.
Right.
You deserve this.
Don't play people. Okay.
Right. Don't play people.
But he had to drive to practice with his car like that morning, and we just laughed. It was so funny.
I'm glad y'all did that. It was worth
Some
it.
harmless fun.
Right?
I hope he learned his lesson. It could have been so much crazier. Like, what if they was like one of those, we slashing his tires, we throwing a brick in his
Putting sugar in his gas tank.
Right. Oh, I got another crazy.
Oh, so scared.
But no, y'all can go.
What happened? Okay.
I don't know if I want to share this with you.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, thinking about roommates, I guess I'll share my story, okay? So in freshman dorms, they have this, policies where, you have one-time policy and you're out. And I knew of some activities that were going on in my room, and
The fact that you're like trying to like say it all professional, some activities.
I was seen leaving my room while these activities were going on, and I was contacted by text message and told not to come back because the police were there. And I was like, oh no, like
Lincolns.
yeah, I was like, oh snap, like this is real. So
Which dorm did you stay in?
I stayed in Chisholm. This is in Chisholm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
I waited.
prison.
Yes, the prison.
The prison.
So
we had a penitentiary at our Jackson Penitentiary.
this is like the oldest dorm.
No, that's what we called the dorm.
Oh,
We called it the prison.
I'm on here like, oh my God. They let them go to school.
Oh gosh. But no, so they came back once the police were gone, and it was shared to me that we were in big trouble, and we had to go speak to the main office people. So they pulled us in one by one, asked us what happened, and because it was my room that these activities were going on in, me and my roommate got kicked out. Yes, got kicked out of the dorm, but I haven't told the story to anyone other than the people who were there who know.
Wow.
But it happened to be towards the end of the year, so thank God I had finals. I was exempt from some of them, so I was done with my finals before I had to move out.
Whoa.
So I just told my parents, hey, I'm gonna be done on this day. Can you come pick me up? I had to be out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's good.
So it worked out.
Right.
God works in mysterious ways.
To this day, they probably think,
It needed to go. It was that time. It was about that time.
I mean, your lesson learned though.
Yes, and then the next year I went to Laurel and stayed there. So yeah, I never saw that place again.
Wow.
I'm just glad they only kicked you out the dorm.
I know it could have been much worse.
I don't know why you got kicked out at all, actually.
Why you say that?
Because it was
Because
her
she said she
room.
wasn't there.
They saw me on camera leaving.
Yeah,
I did say that.
So that was
That's scary. But even like, that's just like a lesson learned for everybody. Because like, even if you aren't doing anything, if you're in with the wrong people and they're doing the wrong, exactly, even that's messed up. So don't put your friends in those situations.
Right.
Got some eyes.
Got those eye emojis. Like, I see.
That is so funny.
It's funny. Anybody else have any roommate stories they want to share? Since we all putting our roommates out there.
So my roommate basically had a roommate herself.
Yes.
Her boyfriend basically moved in with us.
Wow.
Oh
I
my
have
God.
roommates too.
This is in a dorm?
Yes, I stayed at Chap.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, at first I was okay with it to a certain extent. Because at first it wasn't like a whole, like, move-in situation. Like, it was just like, okay,
He was there every
come and
day.
visit. It's like, well, he didn't go to school there, so he came and visit, like, every
He
weekend.
really moved in.
You know, and I was okay, you know, I'm like, okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But what really got me was it was two occasions. One
You
was
can hear
when no, thankfully no.
Okay.
Thankfully
Walls
no.
in that child.
They are, but one was when I came home and he is in the kitchen making cookies without a shirt on. I'm like, sir, I don't remember your name being on the lease. What are you doing? Yes.
By
He's
himself?
walking around.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He is literally in the kitchen by himself
Oh.
without a shirt on. I'm just like, okay. The next time was when, I kid you not, he literally, okay.
I'm like,
He used the restroom, right?
oh no.
He smelled so bad. Like, it smelled so strong. Like, I could smell it through my room and the door was shut. I was so upset. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, look, you gotta go. You got to go. You got to go. I was
Open
like,
up your
Did he clean it up afterwards? Did he like spray something?
he's actually, my roommate came out spraying. I'm like, yeah, you better fix it, because if you don't, I'm about to do something about this, and you're not gonna like it.
Wow.
So did y'all ever like resolve that? Did you talk to her about it, or you just let it play out?
I kind of just let it play out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what, the year's almost over.
Wow.
That's another thing. Did y'all ever have like any confrontations with your roommate, like issues where y'all had to, you know,
I almost got into a fight with my roommate.
Conversations with them.
I just got tired of her. Not like she wasn't a bad person, but she just, I had a dorm where it was the bathroom, a bed, and a bed. Like,
Oh yeah, I've stayed in that style too.
And-
I had my own room.
Like where you have to stay in the same room.
right,
Yeah,
you said you gotta
yes,
look at each other. You
That's how
gotta,
my first dorm.
Yeah, that's how my second dorm was.
but you wanna go tell your story? I'll tell my story
Oh my god.
later.
So my freshman year, I was a freshman on the team, and then we had like an apartment with it, but it was a 4-bedroom apartment, and so 4 girls living in one room. Y'all know I hate the cold.
Yes.
I hate the cold, and so my roommate would turn us into popsicles. No, it was disrespectful. It was.
Like how low? Like 62, 63?
No, she took the thermostat and put it as low as it could go.
Oh, no,
like
no,
it
no,
wasn't
no,
even
no.
it was like freeze and then what she would do was that would make me and my other roommates so angry.
Oh, it didn't have numbers. It was just like the.
I think it was a click where you could click it. So it was like she just
She
clicked
had to
it.
click a lot too. That's wrong.
And she was cold.
She was cold, but the thing is, she used to have a boy in her room all the time that was keeping her warm.
So she made that sure one cold. Like, oh, you know,
That's the same thing my roommate was doing too.
No, it was disrespectfully called. Like she literally put it as, and what it would do is it would freeze our outdoor thermostat. I mean the thing, and so we would be out of air for like days until the maintenance people could come and fix it. And so what she was doing, she would turn it really, really cold, and then when she wake up in the morning, she would turn the heater on to really, really hot. So it was just not really good. So once I got together with all my roommates, and I was just like, guys, are y'all really cold in the house? Because
we're gonna have a roommate discussion on cold.
Like, I just want to make sure I'm not the only one tripping before I go bring it to her attention. And it's like, no, it's freezing in here. Like, I used to walk around my house like it was wintertime in August. Like, it was just really uncomfortable. I was like, no. And so we told her one time, warning, like, can you stop messing with the thermostat? Let's just put it on auto or a moderate temperature that everybody will be okay with. We don't have to put it on freezing and then on hell so you can balance yourself out. You can just put it in the middle. And she was like, okay, whatever. Y'all don't tell me what to do. We can do blah, 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 blah.
Seriously?
Like, yeah, she was one of those. You loved her, but you hated her at the same time. She was a Sour Patch Kid. She was a Sour Patch Kid. And so it went on for about a week, and then week 2 came, and I just reached my boiling point. I don't know how I reached the boiling point as cold as it was. Somehow I made it through the cold, and I was at my breaking point, and I busted in her door, and I was like, did not tell you to cook. I was so mad. Y'all know I hate the cold. They know, like,
she will not go places if it's like not gonna go.
I cannot stand the cold. And even my boyfriend now, he calls me the queen of cold, because he know I cannot stand the cold. I was like, he's like, queen of cold, you need the jacket. Like, I be sitting in the house with a jacket, sweatpants on, a scarf on, like earbuds, like if it's that cold. And so she came out the room. Then my other roommates had to break us up, and I was just like, and so we got to our coach.
Wait, you didn't, like, Alfie, you said did not tell you what happened.
Yeah, she got in her, y'all don't tell me what to do because of, and then it was like, but we sit up there, we already told you, and you keep breaking our thermostat, and then it'll go to like extremely hot in our apartment because it was no air at all, because she would freeze the thermostat out of the sink. And so it'd be like 3 days, and so it went on for a while, and then we approached her. First, we let the air conditioner system break, so like, it was going on for like a month or 2, and then we was like, okay, maybe you should stop doing that. And then so she still kept doing it. We was like, why are you doing this? Like, just put the AC at a good place, a normal, yes. Like, why are you tampering with the AC unit? No. So I busted in there because we pulled it to the side.
We tried the nice way.
We tried the nice way, and even this is how we knew it was real, because I almost said the girl name. So one of the girls that lived in the house, she was known as the quiet girl. Like, I'm trying to think. She was like the hyper. Like, never would hurt a fly. She didn't even say nothing. Like, people were like, they were like, girl, you must don't talk. And she was like, I ain't name dropping. So it was just like, girl, you don't even speak. That's how quiet she was. Girl, while she was in there, like, you keep on girl, oh my gosh, like, it's about to be a girl fight in here over the air conditioning unit. So when we told our coach, she was so mad. She was like, this is a petty argument. And so we were trying to get her moved out the room. We petitioned, we signed it. We wrote,
oh my God.
Wow. But it was, long story short, I think we figured it. I mean, we settled it out because she moved out. Like, all her stuff was there, but she started sleeping at her boyfriend's house. And
good job.
We got our air in check.
Let me tell y'all something about Jasmine. She doesn't play over the cold in her food, because she got into a damn fight in high school. About to get into a fight in high school with her teammate over like a chicken nugget. Like, real talk.
That's how mad I was about the air.
I really never see you go off except for that moment.
I've seen it off because I got pushed out. Like, I can't even gonna get away. I'm not gonna get in front of her.
Really?
But Kyle said, so Colorado's not the question.
Oh, so y'all been planning this. Oh, I thought you meant the other. Oh, never mind. What you mean? I was referring back to your story, Colorado. We were talking about that earlier before the podcast.
Yes.
I'm okay with the cold if I can have if I'm properly dressed. I don't feel like in the house I need to have an Eskimo jacket and snow boots on. But I will go to Colorado. I have a lot of layers, lots of layers.
That's funny.
But yeah, I don't have any more.
Okay, I'll just talk about my first roommate, and I love her, by the way. So nothing against her. So let me tell you, my freshman year, my roommate, we met her. It's like, hi, my name is Tiffany. Hi, my name is Blank. And she was like, hey, I'm a lesbian, but I'm not gonna mess with you. And I was like, bet. Like, I don't care about that. You know, I've been on the basketball team. A few lesbians there, and so basically, she stuck to her word. She ain't messing with me. But I kid you not. I don't know, like we were on the third floor and like we all hung out with each other because we were freshmen, like we didn't know anybody else but the third floor, really. But I kid you not, and these are the girls I would always go out with and, you know, run around town with and have fun. Like on like almost all occasions, I would come inside my room and see one of my friends in her bed. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh, okay. You know, like the first.
No warning, no hey.
No warning. We should have had some type of like sign or something. I was just shocked because they were my friends. Like she is a really pretty girl, so I understand like why like other girls would be attracted to her, but I just didn't realize it would be my friends. And so, but it was all of our friends basically. Yeah. So I had a roommate on the other side, and it would just become like routine. Like I would walk in, I would like close the door, and I would walk to the next room. And then, but the crazy thing is, it was a shock each time because it was like a different one of my friends.
Oh,
yeah. I feel like they knew. I think they were just at this time, like they were trying to experiment in college and just wanted to know, like, I don't know. I was just really shocked. Like, you too? And just like, I'll just go stay over old girls' dorm tonight. Like, I was just so confused. But I mean, some of them are married now. Some of them have boyfriends now. So I just think it was like an experimental thing. Yeah. I'm just not the one to experiment. Don't do that.
If you feeling bold, please let us know some things you experimented with.
Right. Drop the tea. I see y'all mighty quiet in these comments.
Y'all very quiet.
Y'all laughing, but y'all not sharing y'all stories.
So I want to ask you guys, just to wrap it up, what was y'all's greatest lesson in college? Like, what did y'all take away from it? I'm gonna let y'all think for 5 seconds.
I would say just don't take any shortcuts. You know, that's from, you know, like, yes, use your resources, but, you know, you don't have to just copy everybody's homework in every single class. You know, take accountability, be responsible, you know, take your own study, you know, learn for yourself, you know. Like you mentioned earlier, if it's a degree that you know you want to get and you decide, you know, your third year, and you have 3 more years until you get, like, just go on and do it. Don't try to, you know, go with something else just because, you know, you feel like time is not on your side. You know, so just in every aspect, do not take shortcuts. Just respect and, you know, enjoy the process and, you know, do what you need to do. Learn what you need to learn and become who you need to become so that you can, you know, go into the next phase of your life.
All right. I like that. Yeah. You pretty much summed it up. No. For me, definitely I agree with a lot of those things that Kobe just said. I would say don't be afraid to make mistakes because making a mistake gets you one step closer to the thing you actually want to do. So make those mistakes until you actually, not saying purposely make mistakes. The key is when making mistakes is learning from the mistakes and learning what not to do. So learn what you're not supposed to do, learn what you are supposed to do, go through those heartbreaks, those headaches, those late night studying sessions that you feel like you can't do and then you find yourself pulling it off. But don't be afraid to make those mistakes because they're ultimately moving you one step closer to the ultimate goal.
Yeah. I would definitely say take more risks. I did a lot of stupid stuff, but I'm not like God was protecting me. But take more risks and just be yourself. Like I always feel like I was myself, but be more yourself and more secure in yourself. And also, I would just tell anybody who's in college now, is like if you have like an entrepreneurial spirit, there's so much stuff you could do while you're in college right now. You could start a business right now. You don't have to wait till you're in college. Like college, your prime time to cultivate your life. And if you realize that once you get out of school that you will be working, you could prevent yourself from like actually doing that by creating your dream while you're in college. You set yourself up right now forever who you want to be, and just don't be scared and be secure and ask for guidance from God. So
that's great. And yes, so I am still in college. So I guess one thing that I would say that I'm still learning at this point in life is definitely, take risks, but do things out of your comfort zone. Like one year or a year ago, I wouldn't have seen myself being here, but I stepped out of my comfort zone and I did something that, thank you, that I didn't, think I would do. So definitely take those risks, do things that, you aren't comfortable doing and you might find, a new hobby or something that you love.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you all so much that's tuned in thus far. But before we leave, we have to leave you with
real quick. We have to do our question of the day.
Oh,
but it's really questions for our guests. So I'm just gonna ask you right now, what is this chapter of your life called?
Oh.
And why?
What and why?
I feel like this chapter of my life is definitely called Discovering, because I am not only discovering my passions, but I'm also discovering who I am as a person and as a woman, and as a child of God. So,
love that.
I have a question for you ladies, though. Yes. How do you continue to move towards finding your passion or your purpose without becoming discouraged?
Well, I'm kind of glad you asked that, and I was going to ask y'all this off screen, but I was talking to another person who has a podcast, and I was asking him like what is his goals for the podcast, and he said like he plans on moving and stuff like that, and I was like, well, what about your podcast? It's so popping. And then he was like, I'm not answering your question at all, actually. He was like, I have goals in mind for myself. And he's like, once I finish them, I move on to the next. And I was like, so what's your long-term goal? He's like, I just want to do podcasts for right now. And then I was like, well, what about your like other podcast members? What about them? And he's like, well, I know they have other things they want to do. So it made me think to myself with like Inspire Fire and Soul Filling. I was like, I know that, I want to have a talk show. I know that what I want to do, I want to do Inspire Fire. But I'm thinking, and I know y'all have other things y'all want to do, but I always wonder like, do I want it more? Like, is this something y'all see forever? Or not even forever, for like 10 years or growing it so big? Like, so I'm kind of asking y'all that. Like, I know y'all want to do other things like nursing and being a holistic coach and things like that, but where y'all see like Soul Filling and Inspire Fire? Because now that question being brought up makes me rethink. My purpose has right now has been for Inspire Fire and Soul Filling completely, but I need to know if I need to switch gears to maybe do something by myself. I mean, I'm always doing something by myself, but should I don't know where my energy should be going.
Yeah, no, that's a good question, because I mean, part of my answer was going to be, and knowing whether you should keep going into something or if you should kind of take a step back and quit, in a sense, is asking yourself, do I see myself doing this in 10 years? Right. You have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And, really dig deep down and figure out if this is something that, you really want to be doing and this is important to you, And then also, just you have to ask God, too. You have to ask the outsource people, that person. Just ask him for guidance, or whoever you look to or you talk to. Ask that person, for a sign or whatever. So I think it's multiple. All of these things together will give you the answer that you need to, make that decision.
Piggybacking off of that, I'm actually reading this book right now called "Put Your Dream to the Test." It's by John Maxwell, and that book has really been helping me discover what it is that I want to do, and if my dream is realistic, if it's attainable.
With the SMART goals.
So I think that would be another good thing for you to do is sit down and put your dream to a test. Like, ask yourself questions. Will this, do I have the right resources to attain this dream? Just come up with, a checklist to see if that's something that you should do.
Oh, she like.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with everybody, what you were saying. And so are you directing the question? Which question are we answering? I'm confused.
So the college, is what.
Oh, okay. So what you want? Okay,
pushing towards knowing whether what you want to do long term.
Right. Okay. I think it's a collective amount of things that you need to do. First, like you were saying, make sure the goal. There's an acronym called the SMART goals, and I think we actually addressed it on one of our podcasts. And I forgot the acronym.
Specific.
Yeah. Make sure
measurable, attainable, realistic,
and time. Yes.
Did we change the R from something else?
Yeah, realistic. It was
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, when they say realistic, it means just like
the time.
You don't want, the time. It wants to. You don't want to say I'm going to make $1 million tomorrow if your account has 0 in it right now.
Or I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 10 days.
Right.
That can't happen sometimes.
Well, like
crazy diets.
Yeah.
Right.
Something that's not really.
That's logical, so to speak.
Right.
So put your goals, actually measure it in that scale, and see if they fit in each one of those segments, and then you'll know if that goal is attainable or not. And then to how to stay motivated, I would say it's a collective number of things. Having a good circle, people that believe in your dreams, believe in you. Like a lot of times, artists say or superstars say that I wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for my fans, because ultimately the fans make you who you are because they believe in you. And first you have to believe in yourself so that you can even have someone out there that will believe in you too. So, and then sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes some people believe in you before you believe in yourself. But ultimately you have to become the one that believes in your vision more than anybody. So you have to believe in your goal. Surround yourself around people that believe in your goal. And sometimes these people won't be your friends that you've had for 20 years or 10 years or 5 years. They won't even be sometimes your family members because they want you to go the realistic route instead of the route that you want to take, that you feel is achievable. And sometimes you may say you want to be a doctor, but your family can only see you being a nurse. So it doesn't even have necessarily to say that you're trying to do something like I want to be an entertainer, but whatever you want to do, you have to believe in it yourself. And so, and just surrounding yourself with positive pep talk. Like I know we always talk about how important affirmations are, and just speaking life into yourself every day, because the road is going to get tough. The road is going to get hard. That's just something you can't avoid. And it's going to feel like some days where you don't even want to believe in yourself. But that's why it's so important to know that when that time do come, you have to constantly okay, when I feel like I can't do this, you have to go back and reverse that and start telling yourself, literally talk to yourself in your head, because you hear yourself in your head. So literally silence that and say okay, instead of saying I'm sick, I'm tired of this, you say I'm about to grind, I'm about to actually finish this, I'm going to feel sometimes you have to just clap and be all right, I got to get it, I'm ready, I'm just, all right, let me focus. So get yourself back in check. I know we can, give yourself a parameter that you won't let yourself go outside of. And you can listen to positive music. It's just a number of different things you can do. So that would keep yourself motivated. Attending motivational seminars. It's just endless. Staying around motivational groups, going to little groups that keeps you motivated, friends that keep you motivated. So that's what I would say to keep at your goal.
I like that. Because at the end of the day, whether it's a major that you're deciding, whether it's a business venture or a tactic that you use, something that when you're making a decision like that, you have to make that decision and be okay with that. And you have to ask yourself, okay, like I just said, 10 years down the line, am I going to be okay with this decision that I made? And if you are going to decide to do whatever you're going to do, you have to stick with it and do. You have to grind, like you said, put in that work and make sure you see it through.
Exactly.
That's very true.
So. Yes, I hope that helps somebody.
I think it did. For sure. You want to add anything else in there? Anybody? All right. So, if this is your first time tuning in into the Inspired Fire Soul Filling podcast, we always ended with affirmations. So what are affirmations? Affirmations are any positive statement that you tell yourself that you use to transform your life for the best. And so the most common affirmation that we use is the I am affirmation. Anything you put after the word I am, you become. I know biblically it states, let the weak say, I am strong. So even in those days when you're feeling weak, you're feeling like you're tired, you broke, your bank account ain't what it's supposed to be, you don't tell yourself, I'm broke, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm sick, I'm that. You just tell yourself, I'm strong, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm ready to go conquer the world. So it's 4 of us, and we are each going to share with you our I am affirmation. And you say yours too at home. You can also add them to the comments below. But just get in the habits of, look at this in behind us, positive talk. Talk into positive self-talk. So talk to yourself positively. So get in the habit. Shout out to Raven. But yeah, get in the habit of talking to yourself positively. So who wants to go first with their affirmation?
Something Gucci Mane tweeted that I liked. Okay. Yes, I found it. I am amazing. I am a masterpiece.
Hey, yes, you are. I'm going to go with this one. I am the best version of myself.
I am the truth.
And I am powerful.
Yes, you are. Woo. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next Tuesday on another episode of Soul Building.
Let them know. Yes, please make sure you go to our SoundCloud or on iTunes or on Google Play and just subscribe and listen to us every morning so you can get that positive self-talk. We love you guys so much. And if you're in Houston, we have an event coming up so you can meet us, vibe with us, called Soul Yoga. And it's going to be lit. We have a DJ playing all the hottest shit from SZA, Frank Ocean, Tory Lanez, everybody while we communicate. We're going to have a healing discussion.
Yes.
It's just going to be so good. So many positive vibes. And we're also going to have some light bites for you guys as well. So come and we'll put we have the event on our page. So Soul Yoga at 3 p.m. at Levy Park on Saturday.
Can't wait to see
meet you guys.
Yes.